Hey guys, welcome to a new delicious Slice of P video. Today I want to introduce you to my 4 favorite weapons, which I personally think are super cool, make for an awesome combination, and let you deal some serious damage. Especially if your character is skilled for determination, these things really hit home, and we'll take a look at these weapons right away. We're going to build our first weapon here using the large pipe wrench, and for the handle we'll use the Krat Baton. And guys, this combination is seriously overpowered. You can see here that the pipe wrench hasn't been upgraded yet, so it's still completely at level 0. We need to keep that in mind when we look at the damage, because it's absolutely insane. We head over to the dummy here, and what the pipe wrench can do is charge up. Combined with the Krat Baton, it can maintain its damage output, but even the regular swing is already pretty fast and deals a good amount of damage. But if we really take it to the next level and fully charge the pipe wrench to level 3 and unleash the attack BAM, it already deals 4000 damage, even without a single upgrade, and it basically stuns the enemy instantly. The thing is, this attack can't be interrupted by enemies, and of course you can keep leveling it up with the Fable Catalyst. I specifically went to an elite enemy here, one that usually charges at you and knocks you down pretty quickly, but he can't stop this attack. We can simply charge it up here, and as you can see, his charge comes in the camera, was a bit buggy here, but I still pulled off the attack, dealing 3200 damage to him. And if we do this move on the boss now, you'll see it even more clearly. If we now charge up the pipe wrench and go all the way through with it, not even his red attack can stop us, and we hit him for 5900 damage, all of this in New Game Plus. So this thing is honestly insane. You definitely have to check this out. The pipe wrench combined with the riot police button is really over the top. And as I said, you can see that this thing isn't even upgraded yet. If I go ahead and upgrade it now, just push it up to +9. Let's just do that real quick. Run through it here and get it to +9 so the damage goes up a bit more. Of course, I set up the handle so that it scales with determination at A. And now we're going to upgrade this thing again and see how much damage it puts out, guys. This is really insane. I haven't seen any stronger weapon that with this charge up technique deals more damage than the pipe wrench with the riot baton. The riot baton. Alright, so let's go over there. The thing is now upgraded. Let's do this again, and bam, 7900 damage, guys. Absolutely insane weapon. You definitely have to check it out, give it a try, and especially the puppet string is dealing 1700 damage as well, which is just crazy. Let's move on to the next weapon, guys, and let's see what cool stuff we can do here. Here we have the Axe of a Living Puppet. Personally, this is my favorite weapon, one that I play with very, very often, and for that we'll also use the handle of an exploding pickaxe. This makes the weapon actually swing relatively fast, even though it's quite heavy in terms of weight and mass. And of course, we've once again upgraded determination to A on the handle so that we scale well with damage output. Mine is actually already at level 10, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, guys, the thing is, it really does attack relatively quickly, even though it's such a heavy weapon overall. Bam, as you can see, 1 hit every normal enemy goes down, at most 2 hits if you don't catch them well. But generally, they're all 1-hit kills. Even the big guys here 2 hits and it's done. 1700 damage, so it's really insanely strong, this thing. And as you can see, it also swings relatively quickly. The only problem with it is that it's such a massive chunk and often blocks the screen, so you really can't see much through it. But especially against normal enemies, this thing is just insane, because you can hit right through the enemies, of course. If we take a look at it against an elite now, and then also use the special attack, it's just over the top. You can see this guy here actually isn't that easy, but somehow we chopped his head off in 5 seconds, and that's just insane, this thing. Like I said, it's a bit unwieldy, but otherwise it really does super damage, and you also have a great combo, attacks quickly, and is just really cool. But let's take a look at the next weapon that I'd like to introduce to you, because this one is something unusual. Here we're taking the bone cutter saw blade and attaching a handle that actually isn't meant for it, but the handle is super cool because we're using the handle of a booster glaive. It only has determination at C and technique as well. Of course, you could upgrade those to B, but it's really not that important. What matters with this handle is simply that it has an awesome combo. That's why we are using this handle here, and with it we can perform a kind of special attack with the bone cutter saw that really covers a lot of range. And when we do that, we can simply hold down R2 here, and as you can see, the reach is enormous. You dash forward like this, and the damage is also insanely high. Of course, we can also use the special attack here, where the second hit deals over 500 damage, which is just insane. But especially with tough enemies, we can really take them down effectively with the special attack, and above all, we can close the distance. So especially if you have an enemy where you need a bit more range, this is really a cool feature. Additionally, this weapon is perfectly suited for attacking multiple enemies at once, because it has a really cool attack that basically covers the entire area. That's why it's also one of my favorite weapons, especially when you're not necessarily fighting a boss. Yeah guys, you should definitely give this a try. Now let's grab another weapon that I discovered relatively late in the game. Specifically, it's the coil Mjolnir with the drilled stone pistol handle. The friends are sick. I actually found it really late in the game too, only in New Game Plus, and it's seriously an awesome weapon because it has a combo that no other weapon really has. If we hold down R2, we can just hammer away at the enemy like this, and they basically can't do anything anymore. And this doesn't just work on small enemies, but also on big tough ones. They do sometimes interrupt you while you're doing it, but honestly it's really rare. Plus we can call down a lightning strike here that basically hits the enemy, and that charges our hammer with lightning as well. So it's basically like having an electric whetstone on top of everything, and of course the R2 attack is just insane. It's really insane. It keeps going as long as you have stamina, and that's just crazy. You would definitely have to try it out. Even without any upgrades, this thing still does massive damage. Especially since you can just keep hacking away endlessly. It's like having a little jackhammer in your hands. And as you can see here, the enemies basically can't do anything anymore because they just can't get past it. It's really strange, but this thing is seriously awesome. Mjolnir hammer with a pistol, grip absolutely insane. You guys definitely have to try out these weapons and you'll really have a blast with them. I thought it was super cool, especially the last weapon here, and they've really become my favorite weapons by now. The ones I use all the time in the game, not only to deal massive damage, but also to have a ton of fun. Yeah guys, and with that even the bosses become pretty easy, of course. You saw it yourself, especially with the pipe wrench, that we can deal 6,000 damage in a single hit in New Game Plus. Of course that's over the top, because then the boss instantly loses half its health, and yeah, the fight doesn't last much longer after that. Guys, thanks for watching, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. You can find all the guides for Lies of P on the channel, and I'll say take care everyone, see you next time. Adios, and bye bye.